Hey folks, Tony Winston here for Jazz Piano College. I did a video yesterday. I was answering a viewer question and I made a couple of mistakes. I kept calling the locrian mode the Lydian mode, and a viewer was kind enough to point that out. So I'm redoing the video. Thank you very much. The question was, can you use an A altered scale over A minor 7 flat 5? And then can you use a D altered scale over D dominant 7th? Well, definitely you can use it over D dominant 7th. And over the A minor 7 flat 5, I said yesterday that no, it doesn't really fit because there's one note that really clashes with the chord. But all the other notes work okay. And so I guess my answer would be, yes, you can use it. Does it fit the chord perfectly? No, but melody is more important. If you have a strong melody, you know, in the real world of jazz, you usually have one person who's like comping the chords and the other person is taking a solo. It's only really a piano player, maybe a guitar player, but a piano player mostly, who can play the chord and play a solo at the same time. And so we're a little more conscious of of making scales fit the chords. But in the real world, you know, a lot of times, you know, somebody will play an unaltered chord like G7th, but the soloist will play, you know, like an altered scale or something, which really doesn't exactly fit it. But, you know, if the chord progression is strong and the melody is strong, even if they don't exactly fit each other theoretically perfectly, it still is going to sound good. Sometimes it'll even sound better. But we're piano players. Let's take a look at what scales do fit the minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, old school guys, according to a comment there. Thanks for that comment, by the way. That would be me, old school. Locrian mode. Use Locrian mode. It's easy because it's just the B flat major scale and it fits the chord pretty well. But a more common extension to the minor 7 flat 5 chord is the natural 9, and for a scale to match that chord, you want to use what's called the locrian sharp 2. So just take the locrian scale, sharp the second degree here to a B, all right? And then you get the locrian sharp 2 scale. Now, that seems like a kind of a weird scale, and the way Barry Harris would think of this, and I got this from another comment too, so thank you for this comment. Barry Harris would think of it as a C minor chord with an A in the bass, and of course a C minor. You can use what's called the minor melodic ascending. C minor, and the melodic part, ascending, going up, is this way. This comes from a classical theory where you have a scale that's different going up and going down. So the ascending part, the going up part, is the part we're talking about. And that particular scale, just like a major scale, generates modes that are very useful. And one of the modes that it generates is this Lydian, I said Lydian again, locrian sharp 2. All right, see, same notes exactly, right? And it also generates the altered scale. Like this could be a B 7th with a flat 9 and a flat 13, right? And that's B altered using the same scale there. All right? So if you're on a dominant chord and you're looking for the altered scale, you can go up a half a step and play minor melodic ascending. If you're on a minor 7 flat 5 chord, you can also think up to the minor 3rd and play the minor melodic ascending there. I still think a better way, though, is just to learn the modes, right? So, and we're talking about the modes of the minor melodic ascending, not the Phrygian, the Mixolydian, and all those. This is a kind of a different set of modes, and they have names like Lydian dominant, minor melodic ascending, locrian sharp 2, and the altered scale. And I'll just demonstrate how this scale could be used as all of those things. So as C minor 6, all right, minor melodic ascending. As B 7th, altered as A minor 7 flat 5, A locrian sharp 2. But you see, if you just learn the one scale and then learn the places you can use it, you know, it doesn't have to be that complicated. F dominant 7th with, say, unaltered tension like a 9th. It would have one altered tension being the sharp 11th there, but the same scale works there too. Okay, now let's take a song like Autumn Leaves, because this is going to demonstrate how you can use this scale. We're starting C minor. All right, right there's our A minor 7 flat 5. All right, and I use locrian mode. So it's like a B flat major scale. And then on D, since I'm just playing a shell, basically, the altered scale would work, but so would, a diminished scale or a Mixolydian scale or a couple other different scales too. All right. Another comment that I got the other day was, why not use just G, since it's part of a 2-5-1, why not just use G harmonic minor over the whole bunch? A whole mess of it. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, it works just fine. And really, if you're starting to use little enclosures and things, you end up using some of those notes anyway. So one other way you can think of it too, in a minor 2-5-1, the 2 chord, should be a minor 7 flat 5. But, Bill Evans would typically or frequently turn that into a dominant chord, maybe play like some voicing like that or something, but he makes it a dominant chord. And if he does that, then of course the altered scale is going to work. And here's an A altered. So I'll use that in Autumn Leaves now. I'll reharmonize that A minor 7th to an A dominant, and it won't work on the melody, but it works during a solo pretty well. It might work during the melody, I don't know. Yeah, it works because it's a nice sharp 9 chord. And so, yes, altered would be perfect there. Yeah, let's do it again. All right, now I'm going crazy with these altered chords there. All right, I think that's enough to chew on for today. Thank you all. I really do appreciate those comments on that last video because they helped me, I think, do a better video about this subject. I'll leave them both up for a while, but I'll probably just leave this one up permanently. Thanks again. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again real soon.